Number 8. Emma and Valerie Daly. At about 2 a.m. on November the 20th of 2021, Englishwoman Natalie Bell was talking to a friend in Manchester city centre when she became the victim of a brutal, unprovoked attack. 25-year-old Emma Daly, who was 6.5 months pregnant at the time, was identified as a main aggressor in a group that charged Bell. Emma's younger sister Valerie ran up to the woman and punched her in the back of the head. Joining the Daly sisters in the attack was Valerie's girlfriend, 20-year-old Chelsea Leary. As shown by CCTV footage, the trio kicked Bell in the face and body after she'd collapsed to the ground. Emma pulled the victim back as she tried to crawl away and, along with the others, continued raining down strikes on her. Bell was left with a black eye, cuts and swelling to her right eye, injuries to her nose as well as bruising to her ribs. The attack had reportedly stemmed from an unspecified grudge, and the trio were arrested in the aftermath. Leary admitted assault and was given a 12-month jail sentence, suspended for 2 years. Emma and Valerie pleaded guilty to assault, occasioning actual bodily harm, and were jailed for 14 months each. For the former, it meant that she'd have to give birth while behind bars. The Daly sisters had a history of trouble with the law. Emma had 19 offenses on her record, some of which included assaulting police, while Valerie had been involved in a racist gang attack on an Afro-Caribbean hair and makeup artist in 2018. The woman was verbally abused, subjected to racial slurs, and reportedly told to go back to her country. She was also physically assaulted, suffering cuts and bruising to her head while also having clumps of hair ripped out of her scalp. Number 7. Justin Balboa. 31-year-old Justin Balboa was acting tough and gesturing arm wrestling techniques while heavily intoxicated at a restaurant called B Square Burgers in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on June the 27th of 2021. A bystander then captured the man on cell phone video as he stepped back and bumped into another of the bar's patrons. He was later identified as mixed martial artist and elite Muay Thai kickboxer Joe Schilling. The 37-year-old gently moved Balboa out of his way and continued walking. Balboa then shouted something at Schilling, prompting him to turn around, at which point Balboa lunged at him. Fight analysts commented on the footage would later note that the movement was indicative of him gearing up to throw a right hand at Schilling. The professional fighter reacted before that could happen and landed a rapid punch combination to Balboa's head, which knocked him unconscious. After regaining consciousness, he called the police and told them that Schilling had hit him for no reason. The man was hospitalized with a head injury and eventually recovered, while a video of the knockout was widely shared online in the incident's wake. Commenting on what had happened on social media, the fighter maintained he'd acted in self-defense, while also noting that Balboa had uttered racist remarks to the bar staff prior to the altercation. Schilling later told a media outlet that no official charges had been filed against him. On July the 1st, Balboa filed a personal injury lawsuit against the fighter and the corporate entity behind B Square Burgers. The suit accused the pro fighter of battery and the establishment of negligence, seeking close to $100,000 in damages. Number 6. Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales. Teenage influencer Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales became popular on social media in his native Mexico through videos in which he drank heavily, as well as for his baby face and sense of humor. At the age of 15, before finishing high school, he moved to Culiacan, the capital and largest city of Sinaloa. The state was notorious for its criminal activity, with its eponymous cartel once headed by notorious drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Rosales rose to fame through an internet persona he dubbed the Pirate of Culiacan and amassed close to 2 million followers across various social media platforms. Then in late 2017, the inebriated influencer was filmed insulting Mexico's most wanted man, drug lord Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera Cervantes. Under his leadership, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel had become one of the country's leading criminal organizations, with much of his reputation relying on the aggressive use of extreme violence. The cartel had even been reported to cannibalize its victims, sometimes as training for new members. At the time that Rosales was filmed insulting Cervantes, both the US and Mexico were offering millions of dollars for information leading to the latter's capture. Weeks after posting the video, on December the 18th, Rosales was partying with his friends at the Mentados Cantaros bar in Jalisco and gave away his location on Instagram. A group of sicarios burst into the establishment at around 11 p.m. and opened fire on the influencer. He was shot 15 to 18 times and died on the spot, with his body subsequently identified via his tattoos. A 25-year-old bar employee was also gunned down, and no arrests were reported in connection to the incident in the immediate aftermath. Number 5. Autumn King. 20-year-old Texas woman Autumn King was taken into custody by the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force on January the 14th of 2019 in connection to the shooting death of her boyfriend, 26-year-old Eric Charles Allen. Officers from the Austin Police Department were called to their Rampart Street home on December the 23rd of the previous year. They found Allen with a gunshot wound, and the emergency services tried to save his life, but the man passed away before he could be transported to a hospital. Following her arrest, King told law enforcement that she and her boyfriend had tried to be like Bonnie and Clyde on Snapchat. Allen had tried to take a photo of her as she was aiming a loaded assault rifle at him. As recounted by King, she then mistakenly pressed the trigger and a bullet struck her boyfriend. At first, she thought he was playing a prank on her, but then called 911 upon realizing he was really hurt. A coroner listed the cause of the man's death as homicide, and King faced manslaughter charges. Number 4. Jayaganesh Eswaran. In January of 2020, personal trainer Harry Hronopoulos was kissing his girlfriend, Jade Konati, on the floor outside the Town Hall train station in Sydney's central business district. As shown by CCTV footage, which subsequently went viral, the couple were approached by two men, one of whom was named as Jayaganesh Eswaran. They started harassing the couple and insulted Konati, who then reportedly pushed Eswaran in the chest. A scuffle ensued and Hronopoulos intervened, fearing for the safety of his girlfriend. He traded several punches with the other men and eventually landed a powerful blow to Eswaran's chin, which knocked him out cold. The man fell to the concrete and suffered critical head injuries, which allegedly left him with memory problems following his recovery. Even though the footage and Konati's report seemingly confirmed that Hronopoulos had acted in his and his girlfriend's defense, he was arrested on charges of assault, recklessly occasioning grievous bodily harm. In April of 2021, however, his defense plea was accepted and he was cleared of any wrongdoing. Number 3. Fab Tanga. Leading up to July the 23rd of 2022, British Twitter user Fab Tanga had been pestering IBF flyweight world champion Sonny Edwards online. The former challenged a pro boxer to a fight, claiming they were both warriors, even though he was a novice, while Edwards had been ranked by BoxRec as the world's best active flyweight the year prior. Tanga, whom many described as an internet troll, then traveled 200 miles by train from London to the Sheffield gym, where 26-year-old Edwards trained. He posted a photo of himself outside of the building, prompting a video reply from the enraged boxing champion, who claimed he was on the way. Edwards, who at the time had his two young children in the car, showed up at the gym, and the ensuing bout was live streamed on social media. The professional boxer's superiority was evident throughout the session, as he kept his hands down and easily evaded the wild swings coming from the physically larger but evidently inexperienced Tanga. The pair reached the second round when Edwards struck the other man with a hard left hook to the head, which sent him with his back on the ropes. Exhaustion and the fear of incurring further damage led to Tanga quitting the bout. Both men exchanged complimentary tweets in the aftermath, with Edwards claiming Tanga had earned his respect and the latter praising the boxer as the UK's super champion. Number 2. Christopher Rivas. A man in West Covina, California, walked up to the front lobby of a local police station in February of 2017 while carrying an aluminium baseball bat. 28-year-old Christopher Rivas was caught by security cameras as he started hitting the bat against the station's glass windows. Terrified by his outburst, 3 women seated next to the windows in the lobby then ran to a secure area. Rivas stood in the sliding doors, threatening to enter and cause further mayhem. He took a few more swings at one of the doors as officers inside were preparing to intercept him. While Rivas was distracted, an unnamed officer who had been outside as the incident was unfolding crept up behind him. He got within a few feet of the baseball bat wielder, then charged and forcefully tackled him. They both landed inside the police station where other members of law enforcement subdued Rivas and took him into custody. No motive was disclosed for his attack on the station that resulted in the man being charged with assault with a deadly weapon and resisting arrest. Number 1. Erica Cole. Alabama woman Erica Cole was arrested in July of 2019 on charges of attempted murder, assault, and reckless endangerment. A heated road rage argument had occurred along Highway 69 in Dodge City, involving the 31-year-old, her husband, Nicholas, and another motorist. The confrontation culminated at a home in Bremen on County Road 160, where Erica brandished a pistol with the intention of shooting the unnamed person involved in the feud. She misaimed her weapon, however, and accidentally shot her husband in the head. The man was rushed to the intensive care at the UAB hospital and subsequently pronounced to be in stable condition. Emma was arrested, but it wasn't made immediately clear if she had any legal representation. An investigation was launched into the incident, which generated a number of conspiracy theories among internet users. The most prominent speculation was that Erica and the other motorists knew each other, and they deliberately set up the road rage confrontation so that she could kill Nicholas. Thanks for watching. Would you rather be mistaken for a wanted fugitive or wrongfully accused of cheating on your partner? Let us know in the comments section below.